A lot of people will agree that some jobs in game development are more prestigious than others. Maybe because they involve more creative or technical responsibility, while others are attractive because of their higher public profile. Something like game designer definitely has a better ring to it than a QA tester. But what happens when you're the only one working on your game? Well, can you guess which job I don't like doing based on all of these amazing games that I've made over the years? If you guessed all of them, you are right, because I'm terrible at making games. But I feel like the user interface is extra bad in general. Regardless, unlike some of the teams who are amazing examples to us all and truly create UI that are fully immersive and intuitive, I intend on spending as little time on UI as possible. When I say too many game devs ignore this, I am too many game devs. So it should come as no surprise that when I was planning on adding an online leaderboard to my rhythm game before releasing a free demo on itch.io, I thought, how long could this take? Maybe a day designing the UI and a week working out the backend database? Oh boy, was I wrong. Starting with a blank page, I needed to have an updatable table with a bunch of entries. I put on a quick scrolling paragraph and definitely was not happy with the result. I was using the default Godot UI theme, and frankly, after 3 years of working on games in this engine, it was probably time for me to finally figure out how the theme editor works. I bought a theme off the itch asset store to help myself see how they're supposed to be set up and speed the process along. I mean, I'm actually going to try to sell this game to people, so the good old single button menu is not really gonna fly here. So the next steps was designing something that looks decent and changing up the color scheme of the theme so it actually fits in with the rest of the game. Also, an easy way for me to make the leaderboard screen a little more interesting was adding some of the sprites that I have from the actual game as the background. Next came the struggles with the score table. I am absolutely ambivalent to how UI positioning works in Godot. I'm used to what's called absolute positioning, and that's what we use to place game objects. You set an item's X and Y coordinates and it just stays there until you move it. And this generally works well for different screen sizes too, because you want to show as much of your game as possible. But for menus and UIs, there's a slight problem. When your health bar is at the bottom of the screen with an absolute position and the screen doubles in size, your health bar is suddenly in the middle of your screen. There are multiple solutions to this in Godot. The first is anchors and margins, where you can attach UI elements to different parts of the screen and tell them how far they need to be from there. The other is container layouts, where UI elements within a container automatically expand to fill the open space, following a set of rules that you lay out for them. Everything sounds pretty simple, but personally, I was struggling even to add margins. I'd add a little bit of spacing and it would magically disappear when I started up the game. Let me know if you guys know what's going on here, but eventually I did a quick workaround by adding 2 containers on either side of my leaderboard. I added some realistic scores, and it was time to make the leaderboard update depending on actual incoming inputs. Cue the coding montage. Alrighty, that was a nice cardio. Let's see what we got. Ooh, that score right there. That wasn't there before. Looks like it's working. Of course, if you don't make it in the top 20, we still need to be able to show your score, so we're going to make a special entry for that. You also need some buttons to interact with the menu, and that concludes my Dark Night of the Soul adventure with the UI. I think we've come a long way from where we started. The last bit is to actually connect this to a server in the coming weeks, and I think we'll be ready. I'm super excited to release the free browser demo on itch.io because this is my most serious project so far, and I've put a lot of work into this. Putting it out there will open it up to outside criticism and will make it even better for you guys once it's ready for official release on Steam. If you liked the video, there's a little thumbs up button staring at you from the bottom of the screen. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh my god. It's still only one button.